What is up, everyone? I'm feeling like absolute death, and today we have an absolutely massive job, for me at least. Biggest one I've done yet. Quoted it at 2,400. I'm renting a box truck right now. I totally forgot to shoot this intro. I'm literally about to turn right in the U-Haul right now, so I gotta make this short. I got the biggest thing they got. Hopefully this pans out well and I can get this truck and everything. I mean, I have it in reserve, but you know how stuff like this goes. I feel like it just never works, but we're almost here. Let's see how this goes. All right. Oh, this thing is awfully large. Let's get after it. This is terrifying. I don't know how I even qualify to drive this thing, but we're not too bad at it. Thing's large though, but hey, it's gotta be easier than a trailer, right? So it just backs up like a normal car. But we'll see when we get to the dump. About 15 minutes out from the job. I'll show you guys what we're getting into. Forgot to start taking the video. Much. Pretty big building. This is all metal. I don't know if these are going to be able to be scrapped or not, 'cause there's plastic on them. We'll see, but those are all metal, so fire me up. All right, we got a big moment of truth here. So we're probably gonna make a scrap run, but if they don't take all these chairs, that's gonna be a big waste of time and money. So hopefully we can scrap these chairs and get money for them, because they are mostly metal, but if not, then just these will get scrapped for probably like $100. All right, it's getting serious. That thing's full. Got some power lines here. Truck's 26 footer. Trying to make this tight turn. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. Yeah. Looks good. Look, I'm gonna show you guys what we're sitting at. So getting there, clearing things out. It's just so many of these black bags are full of books, kid stuff, because you could tell it's a YMCA. Pretty much like a giant classroom, and there's just so many books, pencils, color markers, just kid supplies. So this is taking forever. I'm just bagging stuff. Well, they ran to the scrapyard to scrap that first whole load because it was completely metal, and they just called me back saying that they actually took everything, even the chairs, like the plastic seats, but the legs are metal and like the frame. Here, I got an example of one right here. Those. We had like a whole truckload of those and like some office chairs that were also like the same kind of deal. So we literally got a full trailer load, and they got $370 for it. So that's gonna cover all the dump fees on this job, but I might not even take that money. I might just tell them both to split it, because this was so last second. I had two, not employees, but people that were gonna help today call off. So I'm literally using my dad and one of his workers, and they're contractors, so they're used to getting paid a premium. Got an office chair I'm chilling in right now. They're used to 30 to 40 an hour. So I'm probably gonna pay them like 30 at least, so they don't feel like they didn't just waste their time coming out here, because they really did help me. And I'm probably just gonna let them keep that $370 and split it between the two of them. And that, I'm sure that will be even well over $40 an hour, honestly, now I'm thinking about it, because we've probably only got another 2 hours left. So they'll both get 150, over 150 out of that. So yeah, they'll make like 160 whatever dollars today for probably a 5-hour day, and half that was driving for them, because I've been busting my behind in here doing most of the work, because like I said, they weren't even supposed to be here. They're kind of just helping just so I could finish this in one day. But yeah, that's where we're sitting at. Big job, big payday, and I gotta get back to it, so I'm not just sitting here wasting all my time, because I gotta get this U-Haul back at 4 o'clock, and it's almost 11 already, so we need to get moving. Pretty good. Definitely gonna need to come back tomorrow. I was hoping I wasn't gonna have to, but we filled 2 of those big trucks. Hello? Hello? All right, what up? I just returned the U-Haul. I'm gonna update you guys. I'm sorry for not recording so much. We're racing the clock today. Absolutely racing the clock today, because I only rented that U-Haul for 8 hours.
and which was kind of dumb because it was like 30 minutes from the job, and the dump was like 25 minutes from the job. So we only got 2 dump runs in. Well, actually one was, oh, this thing keeps almost falling off the mount with this new phone case. The phone case is like a little bit thicker, so the magnet on the back is like not as magnetic, so it's not sticking well. I just got to get a camera set up here. But yeah, first dump run, I was trying to get some footage of it, but it was all metal, and a lot of the chairs had either like that chemical board with cotton over it as the seat, or they were kids' chairs, like plastic as the seat. And I thought the TMR, which is Trademark Recycling, it's our scrapyard near us that gives you money for metal. I didn't think they were gonna take all the chairs. And I sent my dad off with his employee, or the guy that was helping us, which is like a subcontractor he uses because my dad is contracting. And those are the 2 that helped me today. Thank God I got them last minute because my dad really saw I needed help, and he just said, if you pay Stevie $250 for the day, he'll help all day. And my dad just said, give me whatever. And I tried to give my dad $250 because I know that's his going rate, but he wouldn't take it. He took $120. But I'm getting to that. The point is why they took that amount is because they got $370 at the scrapyard for that amount of metal. So that's sick because we didn't have to spend anything on dump fees for the first round in that box truck, and we actually got $370. So what I did was told them to split it, and well, knowing my dad, he gave $250 to Stevie and he took $120, and I told my dad I'd give him more money, and he said, no, it's fine, I don't want your money, he just wants to help me out. And I hate when he does that because like I expect to pay him when I use him, and he never lets me pay him, which is super annoying. But yeah, that was the first one. And then second one was 6,000 pounds, and I think I got a video of it, and it was all the furniture and stuff, and a bunch of trash bags, a bunch of office chairs, and just a bunch of desks. 6,000 pounds was $135. Yeah, $135 for a 26-foot box truck, completely full to the brim. And I know a lot of my California boys on here, I think a few of you in Washington have crazy dump fees. All over, I hear you guys saying like, you don't even touch the junkyard or landfill or wherever you guys dump without overspending $100. And I just filled a 26-foot box truck almost to the roof and still spent on $150. Not trying to brag, I'm just saying like the dump fees over here in Florida are so cheap, and that is easily probably like the #1 comment on all my videos is like, holy cow, how do you get those dump fees? And it's just, I don't know, I got super lucky. But with that being said, like there's a lot of competition, and there's a lot of guys charging nothing for junk removal, especially the Craigslist warriors that are not doing it properly. I don't know, it's a benefit and it's not a benefit. But yeah, that's what happened today. We got 2 trips, and it was like $220, and we had to book it out of there because for YMCA, and if you don't know that, it's like a kids aftercare camp thing. And the guy, there was an employee there that was pulling a bunch of stuff out that they were keeping, like some extra computers, a smart board, stuff like that. He was there, and he told me he got off at 3 o'clock, so we needed to get out of there by 3 anyway, just because I don't want to keep him past his normal working hours. And that was like the perfect amount of time to get the box truck refueled at the gas station, because they charge you like a ridiculous amount per gallon if you return it lower than when you rented it. Yeah, so we only got 1 trip to the scrapyard and 1 trip to the dump, but the place is like 85% empty now. There's not much. I'll probably get a load and a half tomorrow morning, and I think I'm gonna have a buddy help me. The 4th one I'm gonna try in the next 2 weeks. So if he bails on me, that's another one off the books. Not gonna try again with him. Well, I haven't tried yet, but like I'm not gonna give him another chance, because when people cancel on me, that is like one thing that really grinds my gears. That is a quick update for y'all. We'll be back at the job tomorrow morning, and I'll update you guys then. So next morning, and I already got started. Forgot I was making this a 2-day thing. So got like 10 trash bags in here. I'll show you guys what the inside's looking like real quick. We're pretty much gonna wrap up in an hour or 2. I'm gonna have 3 of us banging in and out in a second when the 3rd guy gets here, so we'll do it pretty quick. All that stuff's in. All right. She is pretty much cleaned out. I feel like crap. I think I'm getting sick or something, but I just want to show you guys real quick. Sorry if I don't sound super enthusiastic. I feel terrible for some reason. Computer room. But we're waiting now to see if they want to give me the check
Today, if they can already have it cut, which I could pick it up down the street for the 2400, or if it's not cut yet and they still have to do that, then I'll just get it tomorrow or something. But job's pretty much done. I got one more dump run, so we'll see how much that last load is, and then we can pretty much try to calculate how much profit I made off this job. All right, we are finally back at the house. Time to add some numbers up, see how much profit we actually made on this job and everything. But before we go over that, I want to talk about why I was saying I was feeling like crap in this last video. So I was not lying when I was saying I was feeling bad. I ended up getting super sick after that last clip, which was like, that was like over a week and a half ago. And just to show you guys that I got paid, because I actually do have this check on my counter right now. Hopefully nothing important is on here. So 2,400 bucks is what we made on that job. But before we hop in the numbers again, I ended up getting super sick. Like I woke up Thursday morning and I was just like super sweaty and my body was like super hot, but I was freezing cold and sweating, super bad migraine, no appetite, no strength, super bad back pain, just muscle pains everywhere, nauseous. And that lasted for a while. And I don't know what I had. I tested for COVID and was negative, and I really didn't think it was gonna be COVID because I've already had COVID twice now. I'm thinking it was the flu. I don't know, but whatever it was way worse than COVID. And I've had COVID twice, and whatever I had a week and a half ago knocks COVID out of the park. Well, anyways, let's hop into the numbers. So $2,400 is what we made on the job, but that's not the revenue because we're going to add the $370 that we got from the scrapyard. So that brings our revenue on the job up to $2,770 or $2,770 revenue. So that's just, it'll be easier if we start at that number to start deducting expenses. $2,770 is what we made on that job before we deduct expenses. First big expense I'm going to go over is going to be employee expenses. So I paid out obviously an absurd amount to my dad's friend that helped us because he's a contractor and he doesn't really work for anything less than $250 a day. Since I got so much from the scrap metal, I was like fine giving him that. And I was gonna give my dad more money too, but he only wanted 120. He said 120 was fine, and I told him I'd get more, and he said no, he doesn't want any more. He was really just there to help. So thank God for them, or that job would have been a nightmare. I don't know what I would have done. So 370 was paid out to employees the first day, and then the second day, 60 bucks was the only thing that was paid out because I actually ended up getting another friend to come and help, and he only worked for like 2 hours and 20 minutes, and I just flipped him 60 bucks for that. That's over 25 an hour. So total expenses paid out to employees was $430, which is kind of a lot. It should not be that high, but I mean, couldn't find good help, so I had to pay for it. Anyways, so $430 is our first big expense, and that's only for employees. Second expenses we're going to go over are going to be dump fees. So obviously that first load in the box truck was all metal and we scrapped that for money. So that was a $0 dump fee. Second dump fee was $136. I'm rounding up from 135 some change. I know you got someone might say in the comments, I know I showed it. That box truck completely loaded down to the top was like 6,000 pounds and the dump fee ended up being $135 some change. Then the second dump fee was the actual next day when I went back and finished the job up. We just filled my trailer up like one more time, completely full to the top, and that dump fee ended up being $50. So if you add those two dump fees together, that gives us a total of $186. That is all the dump fees added together I spent on the job was $186. So really not that bad. Just saying, like, dump fees over here are like super cheap. It's ridiculous, but that comes with a bunch of competition too. So yeah, those are the first two big expenses. Third expense is going to be the U-Haul. I ended up paying $123 for that U-Haul. Not too bad. I mean, that was with insurance too. I paid like an extra 18 bucks or something for insurance just in case I wrap the thing around a tree or something, because that's the first time I've ever driven a vehicle even close to that size. Really wasn't bad though. Once you got up cruising, that thing cruised on the highway. I mean, it got up speed way better than my truck did, so kind of nice. So that is the third expense, U-Haul, $123. And the final expense is just going to be gas. I put this at 40 bucks because I actually did end up putting $22 back in the U-Haul just to get it to the level it was when I rented it. Because if you didn't know, if you return the U-Haul with the gas gauge like lower than when you first rented it, they charge you like over 10 bucks a gallon or something to get it back to where it was when you first rented it. So it's a tip. If you ever rent a U-Haul, return it with the gas level at where it was when you got it. So I put 22 bucks back into the U-Haul, and then I'm just guesstimating I probably spent around another 20 bucks in my personal truck to drive to the U-Haul place and then drive back and then drive back to the job in the morning with my personal trailer and finish everything up. So I just put gas at 40 bucks. Obviously that's kind of like an estimate, but I still wanted to throw it in there just so I don't skip over it, so I still get some sort of expense for gas. So all those expenses added together come to $779, which is kind of a lot. I really wasn't expecting that, but again, I kind of paid an absurd amount for employees, $430 for probably
10 hours worth of work from 3 guys. Yeah, all those expenses added together, $779. And when you deduct that from the $2,770 revenue, that gives us a profit margin. Can I get a drum roll here? Of $1,991. Not too shabby, and that's literally less than 2 days of work. If I had to guess, I think that first day we started at, I don't remember exactly. I think it was around 9 o'clock, and then I know we stopped working at 3 o'clock because I had to get the 26-foot box truck back to the U-Haul, which was like 30 minutes away, by 4 o'clock, and I had to refuel and everything, so we just rolled out of there at 3. So that first day was like a 5-hour day or something, 5.5-hour day. And then the second morning, I remember it was less than 2.5 hours because I was looking at how long we were there so I could pay my buddy like a proper amount, and I ended up overpaying him because I gave him $60 for literally like 2 hours of work. But yeah, so the second day was under 2.5 hours. If you want to be generous here and even add the time of me driving the U-Haul back and forth from the place and me driving back to my house and forth, we'll just round up to 9 hours. So this whole job was finished under 10 hours worth of work, and $1,991 profit from less than 10 hours of work. I mean, come on. 6 months ago, I was probably making $1,900 profit in a whole month. So things are going the right direction. I'm just hoping I can keep it up. I mean, we're working towards over a $10,000 month here. Things are going great, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm working my behind off. Need to find help. That's definitely the biggest thing that's holding me back. And a truck. I need to upgrade the truck, but I was looking at an F-250 today. That was kind of expensive. Nothing crazy, like a 2012 F-250 gasser, no diesel because I can't afford diesel. That's like an instantly slapped on like an extra $10,000. But I mean, if one came around and I could get a warranty on it, to bumper, I probably would do diesel, but just can't find those things. But yeah, that's the next plan. Upgrade the truck, then maybe get an actual dump trailer to maybe start doing some dumpster rentals. I don't know. I just wanted to show you guys, be transparent, show you guys the kind of money I'm making nowadays. Almost $2,000 profit off less than 10 hours of work, which is ridiculous because a year ago today, I was literally getting pumped if I made like $500 a week, if I would just average $100 a day. So that just shows if you keep working towards something, keep trying to scale a business, keep trying to perfect your marketing, I mean, things can change. Who knows? I mean, this could always just be luck of the draw. Maybe September and October roll around again, and I'm still paying $2,500 a month for advertisements, and I'm only making $4,000. So I'm like pretty much working my ass off just to make 2x on how much I'm spending on marketing. I don't know. I'm just rambling. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, it definitely helps my videos out if you could hit the like button for me. So I appreciate that if you do that. And if you're not subscribed already and you like this kind of content or just general finance content, because I'm trying to make more kind of content than just junk removal, because it's such like a narrow niche. I feel like I don't reach really a big audience doing this kind of stuff. But obviously I'm going to keep doing the junk removal, and I'm going to try to get into some other business stuff because now I kind of have some money to play with and can experiment. So if you do want to see all that, just make sure you're subscribed. And if I missed anything, because I know I kind of just ramble a lot and talk super quick, you could just ask a question in the comments. I'll try to get to it. Or if you just want to DM me on Instagram, I always try to put my Instagram in the description. So if you guys want to talk to me, ask me some questions, I don't mind. I know a lot of you already do that, and I try to get to them. So that's all I got for this one though. So if you guys, I don't know, I was going to say if you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, but I already said that, so now I just look stupid. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.